Hello, my name is Lisa Wittig, and I am the Development Coordinator at Amate House. Today I am joined by three of the Amate House founders, Ken Brooks, John Haggerty, and John Horan, and they're going to share a little bit about Amate House's history with us. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Lisa.
Great to be here.
To begin, I'm wondering if you all could share a little bit with me about how this program got started 36 years ago.
We were in school together in the seminary, and we were experiencing the opportunity to work together in various ministry sites and then come home in the evening or on the weekends and talk about the experiences that we had. And we just so valued that opportunity, not just to have that direct experience of ministerial practice, but the opportunity to reflect on it and to try to make meaning of our own sense of spiritual development in light of those experiences that we had. So it was those conversations among the three of us and some others, our other classmates at that time, that initially, sparked the idea of how might we make the same kind of an opportunity available to other people that maybe weren't in a seminary setting, but equally felt called to ministry as lay people. And perhaps would value and benefit from the opportunity to, reflect together as a community and share their lives together, even as they experience those initial forays into ministry.
So it was kind of like build it and they will come. So we had 1 year to get it off the ground, and that's where so many people became involved. I remember one of our first volunteers, Mark Krylowitz, he walked in the door and we said, well, what have you been doing this summer? He says, I'm a painter. And here you go. We handed him the paintbrush because the place totally needed to be painted. And we had no furniture in there. Mary Ellen Nolan, who we have one of our awards named after, was a vice president of Mercy Hospital. And the Mercy Sisters have always been behind us 100%. She gave us beds from the hospital beds and side tables and things of that nature. So we finally had a product that we could sell. And I think we gathered enough money. We didn't quite have the new director, Mary Rakobinski's salary yet, but she even came on board, knowing we didn't have it. And then the volunteers. I think we started with about 8.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. As an alumni myself, I am so grateful to the experience. I volunteered for 2 years and lived in 2 different communities. And I'm pretty biased myself and how great a program it is. I'm wondering, John Horan, if you can share with us, why is the Amate House so important here in Chicago?
Well, it's Easter time, right? And I think one of the fundamental truths of Easter is that it's an interpersonal mystery, right? You have to witness Easter. And so when you get face to face with what it is to have a redeemed humanity, right? So in order to have access to the experience of Easter and the resurrection, we have to live with the knowledge that God will always find a way. God will always fill up the spaces. And I think that's what drove this whole thing, right? We thought the seminary was just up in Mundelein. Turns out that the seminary is everywhere. Whenever someone tries to marry their hearts to God's intention, that's seminary. If you do it in community, it's even more amplified. Community is the place where you sort of try to figure out what this experience meant. And of course, you do it for people that are underappreciated and unresourced. So when you do all these things, when you try to understand what the resurrection is, you try to witness it in your own experience. When you do it together and when you do it with other people, it's very powerful. Now, I don't know if we knew all that stuff back then. It's amazing how smart we are 38 years after it happened, right? We sort of backed our way into it. And I just think that Amate has been blessed with fabulous human beings who hunger to be the latest witnesses to the resurrection in this world. People like yourself, the board. When you hear it, you just know it's right. So I just think we were sort of, as all great origin stories, God sort of dragged us along.